I've raced some of the best and some of the hardest Ironman courses in the world, and each one of them has taught me something new each time. And I thought I'd go into a little bit of that and how I've then used that to select my next Ironman. My next Ironman is Ironman Arizona in America, which will be the first time that I've headed over to America to race.
We go! Yeah, there's... I might let someone else.
One of the biggest days I've done, I think.
This year has been a bit of a rocky year. I've learned a lot, obviously doing more Ironman races, but I've also been quite disappointed with a lot of my races because they haven't gone quite the way that I wanted to. I mean, I've had some ups and downs. South Africa was definitely a down where I really struggled, like from the off in the swim, like lost a lot of confidence, had to get that confidence back, then raced the next race, which was Venice, and that again, like required a lot of confidence to be built up to that. Again, like whether it be the swim, the bike or the run, both of those races didn't go that well on all three disciplines, really. I put out good numbers in Venice, but they didn't really equate to what I thought they were going to within the race themselves. And the season's just gone like that, really. And I've struggled to get myself in the race, be competitive, and actually like deliver what I'm seeing in training, which again hasn't been an issue in the past couple of years. Swansea was actually the first time in the 70.3 this season that I've seen what I'm delivering in training. And I was quite nervous coming into Swansea, like training hadn't been going that well necessarily in comparison to what I'd been in previous years. But at the same time, I managed to deliver what I was seeing and I was really pleased with that. And it did result in a decent end result as well in terms of I got a top 10 in a Pro Series race, which is highly competitive, and I was really pleased with kind of how that whole day went, despite actually really suffering at the back end of the run just with the heat and kind of probably just nutrition as well. But the same thing in Leeds. I had a really good day. I was really pleased with my outputs. I had shingles or a virus or whatever you want to call it, so all of that combined, I was really pleased overall with the day, I guess, considering all of the kind of lead in towards it, which was a struggle because it was only a few weeks after Swansea. Obviously, I was very disappointed that I missed out on my goal, as I spoke about in the previous video, of achieving the World Champs qualification. But all of these races have taught me a lot in terms of the race dynamic, in terms of how I'm able to put out my power, my paces within the race, and also deliver kind of myself as best as possible to the start line and also delivery within the race itself. So all of these have kind of built up to, one, the change of direction, but also to Arizona. So I'll go into that over the next couple of minutes in terms of why I've chosen Arizona and what I've taken from the other things to be able to actually execute Arizona in the best way possible. I think my swim is in an okay place. I don't think it's bad. I think that actually I'm seeing like half decent sessions, but also I'm at the front of the races in the majority of them that I've done this year. Very rarely have I missed the front pack and I've come out feeling okay. I've been able to push decent power on the bike after the swims as well. And there's been some pretty high paced races as well. And I've bridged across in Swansea, for example, and in Leeds, whilst overall it wasn't actually that tough in the water, I covered some moves by Sam Laidlaw and that I was pretty pleased with, and I was able to swim in the front of the group and within the group and just practice those kind of like maneuvers within the race itself. So I'm happy with roughly where my swim's at. The biking's similar, to be honest. The power and the pace is a bit down for the power, so I've kind of looked into that, as you've seen in the previous videos. I've been into the wind tunnel, tried to get some more speed with the equipment that I'm using from Saddleback, etc., and absolute speed, and hopefully that will equate to some more speed for the power that I'm putting out, because the power's good, like it's competitive. So I'm just having to see how I can actually utilize that in the best way possible in these other races. Running is where it kind of comes undone, and I'm hoping that actually in Arizona, I'm able to finish off the Ironman in a better state. So I'm usually getting to 30k, whether that be nutrition, pacing, the previous two disciplines, hydration, whatever it is. I want to make sure that I'm actually getting to the 30, 40k mark in decent nick so that I'm actually able to race and be competitive at the back end as well.
Okay.
Got 4 by 12 minutes around the threshold of my 5-hour ride, easy aerobic ride, so let's see how it goes.
We go.
This is downhill.
Is it? I feel like I'm going uphill.
Why Arizona? Firstly, it was to give myself the best opportunity to adapt to this new training with my new coach, Rob Geetham. It's a full 12-week build, and I wanted to give myself the opportunity to actually adapt to that training properly. Because if you go in too quickly, you won't have had the time to actually kind of, I guess, settle into the training, let alone see any benefits from it. So I wanted to give it that full time. And also, I would have loved to have raced sooner, and the racer in me is like, well, 12 weeks is an enormous amount of time within the season to not be racing. But at the same time, I want to do well and I want to execute something well, and this isn't guaranteed, which is kind of why I'm also like, well, I'd like another race so that I could actually put one in the bank and not have to just put all my eggs in one basket, so to speak. But you know, I don't want to spread myself too thin, and I want to have a good result. It's a fast, flat course, which should and could benefit me. Hopefully will benefit that kind of like looking into being more aerodynamic and faster on the bike. It will definitely benefit my run in terms of a fast, flat course. The less time I'm running, the better. But yeah, the longer the ride, the better usually. But I'm hoping that kind of I can put that kind of pace and power to good use and do a fast time, and hopefully use the swim as well to bolster the next two disciplines, so that I've got, I don't know who's going to be racing, but a good start to the run, hopefully towards the front end of the field. Climate could be good, could be bad. I don't know how it's going to go. It's a desert, so in the previous editions it's been actually quite cold in the mornings, which does benefit me, but obviously it's a desert and it's Arizona and it does get hot in the afternoons. So the quicker that I finish the race, the better, because it means that it's not going to be too hot later in the day. We'll see though, the back end of the run could be pretty toasty, and I have the history of suffering in the heat. So fingers crossed for me there. It will be interesting, but it will be another good opportunity to test the fitness and test where I am, because it might not be to do with the heat. It could be to do with other things like fitness and fatigue and kind of conditioning. So yeah, it should benefit me as long as it's like got a bit of a breeze and it doesn't get too hot too soon.
Lap 1 done.
Lap 1 complete. Jonas, you're going well.
You are dropping everybody.
So far, so good. Aerobically, not too bad. Muscally, average. Could be better, could be worse.
But yeah, it's my first time racing in America. It's my first time racing in Arizona. The race dynamics are different. The people that are going to be there will probably be different as well. I probably won't have raced them as often or at all, just because you get most of the Europeans on the European circuit and not as many of them travel out. It's also the week after 70.3 Worlds, so I don't know how many people are going to want to travel across from Europe the week after 70.3 Worlds. So it's positioned quite nicely within the season for me, and we'll just have to see who turns up on the day. So with the bigger picture for this, it's kind of to do with practicing that Ironman delivery, making sure that I'm practicing race strategies, seeing how this training block has gone, and seeing if it does help me with that back end of the marathon. But also, I guess, just building consistency and trying to like be a little bit more consistent with that delivery and seeing what I'm seeing in training in the races. And yeah, sure, like a bonus to that would be to qualify for the World Championships in Kona, but that isn't a primary objective. It's more so deliver what I'm seeing in training and just be proud of that performance.
That's what I do. I imagine I'm someone else. Most of the time it's you.
What's different in this build? I think I've done a lot more conditioning in this build, and I'm tired a lot of the time. It feels like I've done an Ironman more often, or it feels like the sensations that you do in an Ironman more often in this build than it has done in any other build. I'm having recovery weeks, which I don't always have or haven't in the past, and it's quite nice. It doesn't feel like a complete recovery week, but at the same time it's like a mental offload, and the fact that I don't have to be perfect with everything, kind of trying this new stimulus of having a new coach and just following and not necessarily knowing everything that I'm doing, but just putting the trust and faith in that process is different for me because I've been in control of my own program for a long time now.
Still okay?
Yeah, definitely harder, but getting through it. Solid.
And the lessons from the last block are more so not overstressing myself in terms of training or heat or anything like that, because it can cause shingles or a virus or something similar and I can get ill. But yeah, just kind of like tick off the training, don't overstress myself, take some rest, and make sure that everything's done with good quality and good state of mind. I don't know what my expectations for the race are, to be honest, because an Ironman can throw up loads of different complications. And I've seen that in the races that I've done and the races that I've completed and competed in. Like, I've done well in a lot of them and done some really good quick times and been really proud of some. But in others, for whatever reason that I don't necessarily know, I've had some absolute stinkers. So it's about making sure that I'm preparing as well as possible. I'm being the best prepared that I can be on the start line, and then executing the plan that I have for the day. And I can't really do much more than that, but yeah, I guess that kind of unpredictability of Ironman is that anything can be thrown at you on the day. You can lose nutrition, not that I won't try and mitigate that, but that could happen, or the temperature could be ridiculous, and then you have to like pivot and just be careful or whatever it is.
One of the biggest days I've done, I think. Maybe not, but total load wise, in terms of 5-hour ride into a threshold run, it's pretty big. Don't think I've done that sort of thing before, so I'm pooped now. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, see how I pull up from it tomorrow. Got a 2.5-hour run to do as well, so yeah, it's good. Hopefully it works. It feels like it's working because it's working me hard. Just grinding away.
But we have you! Oh God. Oh God.
I can race hard, learn, and finish stronger than I have before, then I consider that a win, to be honest. If you guys have raced Arizona, please do drop in a comment below about how it is or any tips or advice that you have for me, because I'm all ears. And you know, I don't necessarily know what to expect from Arizona other than watching videos on YouTube. So yeah, any advice is welcome. So yeah, I mean, I'm carrying on my grind to Arizona. I'm keeping the vlog again, trying not to get too tired, just enjoying the process of this whole new stimulus that I'm experiencing. It's good, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm actually gathering things because it feels like it's ages away. But yeah, stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.